Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Are you doing well? I hope so, because I'm doing great today. In this video with me, Carascalao, we would like to learn about something. But before we talk and discuss more about material today, I would like to tell you something. I'm sure in our daily life, you and I have attended many events. They can be school event, they can be family event, they can be community event, and so on. So I have a question for you. What was the last event you attended? Did you receive an invitation letter before attending that event? Of course. So today we are going to talk and discuss about invitations letter, especially a formal invitations letter. To begin our lessons today, I would like to show you a formal invitations letter that I have ever received. So let's see the picture. This is a formal invitations letter from the Australian Embassy to me. So I'd like to read the text for you. Dear Carascalao, the Australian Embassy invites you to Australia-Indonesia Youth Leader Workshop, Jakarta, 1st to 2nd of February 2018. Bringing young leaders together to help strengthen the Australia-Indonesia bilateral relationships. Youth play a pivotal role in the digital ecosystem, and this workshop is designed to explore how the cross-cutting theme for the 2018 Australia-Indonesia Youth Leader Workshop is digital collaborations. Detailed information is attached to these invitations. So you can see the attachment there. And the last, best regard, Australia Global Alumni Team in Indonesia on behalf of Australian Embassy, Jakarta. So, if you look at this invitations later, so we will find out some informations. The first, so what is the event of this invitations letter? Of course, this is Australia-Indonesia Youth Leaders Workshop. Who sent the letter? Yes, Australia Global Alumni Team in Indonesia on behalf of Australian Embassy, Jakarta. So, in this invitations letter, so we will see and we will find out some information, some important informations. I think it is clear enough. This is a formal invitations letter from the Australian Embassy to Oscar Carascalao to attend an event. So what was the event? Australia-Indonesia Youth Leader Workshop. Okay, now I would like to show you the second invitations letter. I'll give you 2 minutes to read this invitations letter, and after that we try to find out some information about this event. Okay, well, who wrote this invitations letter? Yes, of course, Roy did. We can see there, you are invited in order to celebrate Roy's 17th birthday party. It is a garden party. So Roy wrote this invitations letter. And then try to find out the information about the time and the place of this event. Yes, so this event is on the 18th of November at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the Parisian 2 Room, 45 Rose Terrace, Don Juan, New Mexico. So if we try to compare the first and the second invitations letter, I think they are similar. But you see, the second one, you may RSVP at 555-54325 or email at 2room@rose.com. So, what is the functions of RSVP? Yes, so it is as the confirmations that you can attend or you cannot attend to the event. So I think it is very important. Well, after reading 2 examples of invitations letter, especially formal invitations letter, I hope that you can find out some information. I hope that you can identify the concept and the structure of formal invitations letter? Okay, well, formal invitations letter is an invitation which follows a dignified form, tone, or style in agreement with the established norms, customs, or values. For example, an invitations of the opening of a school, an invitations of graduation ceremony, an invitations to a wedding or birthday party, and so on. After reading the two examples of invitations letter, can you find the structure of invitations letter? Okay, so after this, we would like to discuss the part or the structure of invitations letter. Let's see the picture. Okay, this is a formal invitations letter written by Mr. and Mrs. Anantio. Yeah? So, let's find the name of each part of this invitations letter. Mr. and Mrs. Anantio. That is the name of the host, and then followed by the phrasing of the invitations. For example, cordially request the pleasure of your company. And then after that, you need to write the kind of event. So in this example, we'll see on the wedding ceremony of their daughter, Deva with Devi. So that's the kind of the event. And then the important thing that you need to write in your invitations letter is the date, time, and the venue. For your information, the date and time in a formal invitations letter should be written in letter, not number. For example, on Friday, the 12th of December at 7 o'clock in Gedung Asira, Jalan Jenderal Sudirman, Kudus. So that's the venue. And then you need to write the RSVP if you want your guests to confirm if they can attend or cannot attend to your event. You can write a phone number or email in the RSVP part. And then sometimes in your invitations letter, you need to write the special instruction. For example, dinner will be served at Yummy Food. Or sometimes I found in invitations letter, they have special instructions. It is about the dress code during the event. So this is the part of formal invitations letter. Did you get the point? Okay, well, I'd like to show you another example of invitations letter with the explanations of the part of each part of the invitations letter. Okay, as I told you that the first is the name of the host. In this example, you'll see Mr. and Mrs. Edo, and then followed by phrasings of the invitations. This is only the example, so you can find another phrasing of invitations letter. Cordially request the pleasure of your company, and then the kind of event on the wedding ceremony of their daughter, Siti with Davi. Okay, and then the next part is the date and time, as you see, and I have told you that the date and time is in words, not number. Yeah, on Friday, the 12th of December at 7 o'clock, and then the next is the venue in Gedung Kartini, Jalan Gatot Subroto, Jakarta. And then special instruction is written in a formal invitations letter. So you can see dinner will be served at 8 p.m. sharp. And then request to response or RSVP. So this is very important for you to write the RSVP because you need to know how many people will attend to your event. So I think RSVP is very important part of your formal invitations letter. That's all my explanation about a formal invitations letter. Now it's your turn to find more information about a formal invitations letter. It can be Indonesian's way or English way. So you can compare what's different between the formal invitations of Indonesians and English way of formal invitations. So I'll give you an assignment. In the next meeting, you will be given a quiz, a post-test about a formal invitations letter. So try to answer some questions related to a formal invitations letter that I will give to you. And then the second assignment, this is a group work. You will be assigned in this context. Your school is going to conduct a talk show event, and you are one of the committee members of this event, and you are assigned to write a formal invitations letter sent to all teachers and all students in your school. So, in a group of 3, please design a formal invitations letter using recommendations tools that I mentioned before, Canva, CorelDRAW, or Photoshop. So the challenge is you need to write a very interesting and creative formal invitations letter. So that's all our lessons today with me, Carascalao, and see you next meeting.